What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the Global Snap. I'm Toth, Aaron, and here today we're with wide receiver for the Justin Monarchs, Tyler Hudson. Tyler, how you been doing?
I'm doing great. Excited to be on the show and ready to answer some questions some fans have for me. So
Yeah, that's great. Nice to have you here, Tyler. My first question for you is, how is it to be a professional athlete, and what is your background?
being a professional athlete, it's a blessing. I've been dreaming about being a professional athlete since I was probably 5 years old. Didn't know what sport it was going to be, but had a feeling it'd probably be football. Growing up, I had both my parents, my little brother, always in sports, football, basketball, soccer, or football, as y'all would say out here. But yeah, I did everything I possibly could. Taekwondo, track, and eventually I just loved football the most. My dad played that, so he had a pretty big influence on me. Played in high school, got some offers, decided to go to D1 school in Arkansas, UCA. Met my wife there, did really well, went to Louisville, played there for a year, did pretty well, and then was on the Rams for a bit. Then after that, bounced around from team to team for about a year. And then Coach Cruza called me, asked me if I wanted to play for the Dresden Monarchs. And I said, why not? I'd love to play. And, I miss playing football. I've been playing it for a long time. And I'm just glad somebody gave me a chance. So, yeah.
And now he's here with us. Sure. So that's a lot. Like, you've been from high school to college to the NFL to indoor, going from team to team. What would you say? How was that process of going from one to another, and what are the challenges that you had to overcome or came to you during those periods in time?
It's a roller coaster of emotions. Sometimes, or obviously when I got cut by the Rams, it's really sad. Not gonna say I felt like my life was a failure, but I feel like I failed something. Like I didn't do something. Like I didn't fulfill my potential that I probably, could have had if I would have just stayed on the team. And then, worked out. I was angry, just upset with everything. And then got the opportunity to play Canadian football. I was excited. I was training every day. I was doing all that, and then got cut from that team, and I was like, this is the same feeling. Like what did I do wrong? Because both times it was nothing I did wrong. It was just an unfortunate situation for me. And then I got the indoor opportunity. It was fun for a bit, and then got cut from them too. And just ended up being on the practice squad for them, which was, I don't know, like it was like the guys that were there were fun, but like just the situation wasn't fun. And then just worked. When I came back home, just worked. Enjoyed my time with my wife, because we just got married last year. And then just spending time with family that I haven't been able to spend time with them in the last 4 years, just being in college. Over the summer, you're at school all summer long, all semester long. So it was fun to catch up on some time that I missed. And then after that, got that call from Coach Cruza and Coach Seaman and Coach Kyle. And yeah, then now I'm very excited that, I got another opportunity. And then now that I'm here, I've had a great time meeting you guys. Y'all are like brothers to me now. So it's been fun.
All right, Tyler, that is great. It's really nice to know a bit more about your background. One question I do have for you is, how do you prepare for game days, and what goes through your mind when you get to the field?
Okay, so morning of, gotta eat breakfast, gotta wake up at a decent time, and just make sure you eat what you need to eat for breakfast, like the protein, the carbs, and stuff like that. Get your electrolytes with energy drink in the morning, or not energy drink, but sports drink like Powerade or high speed, stuff like that. And then after that, make sure you have everything, you're ready to go. We ride to the stadium, usually listen to music, and then just try to get in the mood a little bit, but not like game mode, because still have 3 hours before the game starts. After that, just going through the stretch routine, warming up 2-3 hours before the game, and not in a full sweat, but just to get yourself going a little bit, and then we do our little team warm ups and stuff like that, run routes, catch the ball, do that stuff, and then before the game starts, just thinking like just glad to be here, appreciate the opportunity, thank God for me being able to play this game that I love so much, and after that, I just have no fear. I ask him to take over, and then whatever happens, happens. As long as we win, that's all that matters.
And that's crazy because I see you in the morning, eating all this food, getting ready, and for me it's completely different. I'll wake up, I guess, when you guys are ready to go, I'm ready to go, and I don't like to eat anything in the morning because I don't like having stuff in my stomach and I'm running around, or I get hit and then I end up vomiting or something like that. Like even on the we got some long bus rides.
Last week.
6-7 hours, 3-4 hours here and there.
Yeah.
McDonald's, that's good for me. I'm not going cap. I'm like Ocho Cinco. McDonald's is good for me.
No. After the game, go for it. Not before the game.
Nah, that gives me fuel. I'm not going. Hey, McDonald's, sponsor me. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's funny. Even when we get to the field, I see you pace around the field. I don't know how many times you pace around the field. Kind of just in your own head.
7
times.
7 times.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw you pace around the field, and I was like, I'm trying to be like Tyler Hudson. Let me start pace. I do it twice, not 7 times.
Yeah.
What is it that's going through your head? Or what are you trying to gain from this?
So, I read it in a book in the Bible, and it's basically, I can't remember which prophet it was, but he was walking around, one of the kings over Jerusalem at the time, and he walked around the building 7 times, I think 7 days, and God told him to do that, and then eventually on the 7th day, not to rush into attacking the enemy, but just go around 7 times, marching around, screaming, chanting your war cries, and on the 7th day, which would be for me the 7th lap, the horn would sound, and they attack, and the walls come down, and they defeat their enemy, and because they followed what God said and they kept his word, they were able to defeat their enemy with ease, no resistance. So it's kind of how I just think about it. Just walk around the field 7 times. We don't only do it on away trips, but walk around their castle, their fortress, or whatever. And then when the 7th lap is over, I go to the field goal post, I pray, I say thank you, and then basically when the game starts, that's like us attacking their fortress, and we usually come out on top. I mean, 10-0. Hope it keeps going, but yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Do you feel nervous before games, or is this something you're already used to it and you just overcome with ease?
I haven't been nervous for games more since probably high school, first high school varsity game. I usually just get a little anxious, just ready to play. Like, are we going to get the ball first, or am I going to wait on punt return to get the ball first? So it's more so just excited. Got a lot of adrenaline going through. And sometimes I just can't control it, so I get all like, just But other than that, I don't really get nervous.
And would you say the 7 laps around the field, is that like your superstition? Or superstition? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
Superstitions?
superstition.
Because even myself, I have superstitions. Like, I'll put my mouth guards in a certain place before we start, or even when we go sit on the bench whilst they're doing the captain's meeting and the coin toss, just sitting there, or even drinking a certain type of drink before the game and stuff like that. Is that the only superstition you would say you have, or do you have more?
I don't even know if I call it a superstition. It might be, but no, not really. Other than just no, I really don't. Like, I can't even. I'm thinking about it, and I really don't have any other superstitions, to be honest.
And what kind of music we vibing to during the game? Because I've been in the car with you to and from the scene. I know you like Young Boy.
It's a little aggressive. Yeah.
It's gotta be aggressive.
Yeah, it's a little aggressive.
We see the way you play.
Yeah.
You catch the ball, you run, and you don't want to be taken down. So it's gotta be aggressive.
Yeah. Listen to Young Boy, G Herbo, Kodak Black, like J. Cole, and then the last album from Kendrick Lamar. I was like the songs on there. And then Future. Future's last 2 albums were really good. So and then got bits and pieces here and there, like NIMS.
Yeah.
Yeah, UK.
But putting on to that UK stuff.
So yeah, that stuff like that. That's about it.
You got any music that you listen to before? Reggaeton and that?
I don't really, not reggaeton. It's more like American trap. The kind of UK drill sometimes. I don't do reggaeton before games. That's just like my party mood kind of music, But I would say Future is something I listen to a lot before a game. Yeah.
It's funny because like for me, I just started recently. I'm like, you know what? I always tell myself it's gonna be a good day. And for it to be a good day, I want the weather to be good, and I gotta be in a happy mood. So I listen to Michael Jackson, start grooving and around the field, and then once I've done my stretches and I'm in the change room trying to lock in, that's the only time that King Von, that Lil Durk, as I said, the aggressive stuff that makes you want to run through somebody type of thing. But yeah. All right, Tyler, let's talk football in America. What's it like? What's football like in America, especially Texas, from where you're from?
It's like a religion. It's a way of life. It might even be a rite of passage, to be honest, if you're a young kid. Everybody plays. Start around probably 4, 5 for flag, I would say. And then some people, they start playing tackle around 5, so it just depends. I started around, I was 10, never missed a football season after that. So start long or really young. Everybody plays, all the little boys play. So in America, it's probably the same around everywhere else, I would think, for the most part, at least in the South, especially in the South, it's like that. The North, probably not so much. Might wait a little bit later to start playing. But yeah.
Once you found out they wanted you for the Rams for the training camp, how did you feel? What went through your mind?
It was stressful at first because I didn't get drafted. So, and then I had to wait a day or two before I got that call. But when I did, I was so happy. I was relieved. Family was excited. And I was out there for 4 months, I would say, I think. And it was cool being in Cooper Cup, watching him before I got out there. It was pretty cool to actually be able to meet him. Watching Matthew Stafford play since I was 13. So that was pretty cool too. And then meeting Aaron Donald, quiet guy, obviously I didn't know him, but he seemed pretty cool. And just meeting some of the other guys. Like I met Puka. I mean, granted we came to the team at the same time.
That's crazy.
I've met Puka before when we were in high school.
How is it to be in front of these kind of players?
That's cool. It's kind of like meeting some of them is like meeting like superstars, like like meeting an actress, like you know what I mean. So, or like meeting like your favorite artist, or something like that. Like, oh, that's crazy. But at the same time, at the end of the day, we're on the same team. We're teammates, so to speak. So you got the respect for him. You kind of go, oh my gosh, like superstar, phantom, and then after that, it's like, all right, like I'm here to be on the team too. So like let's lock in.
And what's that whole draft process like? From entering the draft, or even playing in college, entering the draft, wait for your name to be picked. If it doesn't get picked, wait for a call. How does that all work?
So after the season, during the season, people are evaluating you the whole time. They don't tell you, unless you're like a superstar. They don't let you know what your status is, and then you go into the draft process, which starts with being at a facility and training to run the 40 and the 5-10-5 and doing the bench press and the vertical jump. Like just test for 3 months, 2.5 months, doing that every week, doing the exercises and the drills, and then if you get invited, you go to the combine, NFL combine, and they put it on display, put it in a big TV show for about I think 2 or 3 days, and then you're done. And if you don't get invited, you just keep training the whole time. And then everybody has, or most people have a pro day. I'll say most people have a pro day. And they go to their school, and the scouts come to the school, and you do everything they did at the combine at your school, and everything's hand time. But at the combine, it's all laser. Everything's laser. And then you compete that day. It's a 1 day. It's not even a day. It's like 3 hours at best. And then you're done. And then if you do good, maybe you climb the board, or maybe you solidified the spot you were already positioned to be in. If you did bad, depending on who you are, you might slide a little bit, or you might might even slide your way out the draft, honestly. And then you wait another month or so, and within that month, you got teams call you to interview you. They call you to go up to the facility and work out with them. You might do a private or a group session. And yeah, so some guys get a bunch of calls, some guys get minimal, some guys get none. And you go to the draft day, you're sitting at home waiting for that call. If you get the call, your name will pop up on the screen, get excited and, be joyful and stuff like that. And then they tell you, you're going to be out on campgrounds in about a week or so, maybe 2. And then if you don't get the call, you wait after the draft's over, then you can get calls immediately right after the draft is done. Or like my position, you don't get a call till midday the day after that. So it's just, at the end of the day, once you get the call, you're excited, you're happy. So yeah.
And whilst being part of the team, the Rams that you were, what are the behind the scenes sort of stuff that us as fans watching you guys on TV wouldn't expect or don't see?
I mean, as aggressive and as mean looking as they look on TV when they're playing against each other, these guys are just like normal people. They're friendly. They got jokes. Some of them are just big kids, honestly. But it's family for the most part. Even though it's a business and anybody can get cut at any time, traded at any time, and still it's just fun to be around everybody. The locker room is fun. Eating lunch, breakfast, dinner with them is fun. Meetings are serious, but at the same time, crack jokes. Coaches have jokes and stuff like that. So
I guess it's kind of like our situation in a way.
Yeah.
Just millions of dollars less.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Like we all join together at the same time, not really knowing each other, and then a week goes by, we're all cool, or we have our own like cliques, and then months go by,
and we're all great
family to each other, family away from home. And how would you describe football in America at like college level or professional level in comparison to football in the GFL or Europe?
NFL, college, you're at the facility all day. You got meetings all day. You got practice. You got lift, and it's all scheduled. It's all mandatory. You know what the schedule is going to be weeks, maybe even a month in advance. Like it's all scripted. You have no excuses to not be there. If you want to do something outside of the schedule, then you got to plan it around the schedule. You can't just try to fit it in there and think you're going to be able to do that and then make that that workout or that meeting on time. It's probably not going to work out. For here, or at least for our team, we have practice Wednesday, Thursday night. Got a meeting on Tuesdays, and then after that, you just have basically whatever you want to do. You want to work out, you want to sleep, you want to eat, you want to go explore the city or just Europe. Like you can do that. But that's really the difference. I'm not gonna say it's lax, but it's just you just get more time to yourself in GFL versus NFL, college football. You are strictly there for football. You don't have time for anything else until after everything that's scripted on that schedule has been completed. So yeah.
All right, Tyler. So we've been here for 5 months now in Dresden, which I've been having a wonderful time here. The fans, people around us, teammates, everything's amazing for me at least. How's it been here in Germany for you?
Yeah. Dresden's been fun. I honestly didn't expect anything less or anything greater. I was just coming out here with an open mind, and I've loved it here. If I had to move to Germany, I'd definitely stay here. It's been really fun. The way they travel around the city with the trams, and like we don't do that back home. Now, yes, our city is bigger than this, but still, like they don't do trams. We don't cycle everywhere. And I just like how you can do that everywhere. You can walk anywhere. You can get there within an hour or two. Not even two, just like an hour really. Uh, what else do I like here? The weather is great for the most part. It's not too hot.
It's too hot. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
What?
It's too. You're from Texas, so it's
You
different.
gotta say it like that. You
You're
gotta
from
say it like
Texas,
that.
so you're used to this.
Mm.
You know, yeah. In London, we get hot summers, but not every day like this. Like sometimes the weather needs to chill.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, like yesterday, it was like 20 degrees. That's chill.
Yeah.
Not just 34, 36,
Well,
32
That's
every day.
That's every day. That's summer. That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hot.
Right.
Can't be hot and then just cold for a week. It doesn't work.
I guess. But what would you say those like the main differences from Europe to America? Because I know even during the summer break you traveled to Italy, Greece. So what would you say you saw in those countries or across Europe that surprised you or is a lot different to what you're used to back home?
Just the amount of walking in
Oh.
here and just everywhere I've been. Just the amount of walking. Not used to it. I try to get prepared for it before I got here. The Stairmaster at the gym. We went on walks around the neighborhood. I cycled, did cycling classes and stuff. But like even though I did all that, it just still wasn't enough for the amount that we did. Like I think I walked. When I was in Rome, I think I walked like 10 miles.
Damn.
Like 2 days in a row, and I was like, yeah, this is killing me. But I mean, I'm all for the experience though. So I mean, I kept doing it. It wasn't. We can sleep later when we get back home. So just kept. That's probably the biggest difference.
Real talk, I'm glad they gave us bikes here because, you know what, driving place to place is cool, but the traffic here is terrible.
The traffic, it's not even the traffic for me. It's paying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Paying everywhere to park. That's. Yeah, I got to keep it PG. Yeah, I don't like that. This is all I can say.
I mean, I hadn't ridden a bike in years before I came here.
Yeah.
And it even took me like a week or two to get used to the bikes again. But even riding here, it seems like, I don't know, they must have given us some slow bikes because everyone is in a rush everywhere. And they just be speeding by you.
Well, their bikes are like probably 5 pounds or what, 2.5 kg. Like it's not, they're not heavy. They're really thin. And they probably have cyclist bikes, which are made for speed. And then I found out they have electric bikes here.
Yeah.
Just like 2 weeks ago, I rode my first one. Somebody tell Jurg that's what we need.
What we need.
Going
up that hill after practice.
I will. Oh my gosh, the hill was nothing. Like I literally just.
On me.
It was so like I won't even need a car. I just give me the electric bike. I swear. I'll drive that bike everywhere. Don't even matter. The dentist that was like 40 minutes away, and you probably get there in 20.
Hey, what about the back pedal, like the back brake on the bike? I'm not used to that. You know that?
I don't love that either.
Hey, that's the first time experiencing that.
I'm used to being able to like just do that as I'm riding, but like sometimes it saves me. Like if a car pulls up too close to the red line in our lane, and I like hit it real quick. Because I know I've hit the front. I've hit the front brake before, and I about flipped over
I feel like we had.
I don't like the front brake, but I wish we were able to just be able to backpedal just to do it. Not even for a necessary need for doing, just being able to do it. Because I've always been able to do it.
What are some differences on the field compared to America here in Europe?
Field, y'all play, or I say we play on soccer fields. Like what I mean, like America, they build fields for football, and the grass here is really soft and it's thin. So like all that heavy cutting we do in American football, it doesn't really work too well especially if we wet the grass before the game, like how they always wet the grass every day, slipping and sliding, can't do the over exaggerated plants to make cuts and stuff like that. That's probably the biggest difference.
And did you expect the Monarchs Nation and even just the appreciation for football that we have here? Did you expect it to be like that when you got out here? Because our fans are wild, crazy, so supportive. Every game, it's like you got thousands of people there.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be as much as it has been this season. I was expecting 2,000, 3,000 sometimes. Just from hearing, well, from, because every time they talk to me, every time a team from Europe talked to me, it was, our we only have so many fans. Like, it's not as big as, American football back in America. And I'm sitting there thinking, I used to play in front of like 1,000 people, 2,000 people before I went to Louisville and the Rams. Like, I played no more than 7,000 fans at a time. Like, and that was the max. So I was used to having less people in the stands, which was never a problem for me. I even played during COVID, where you couldn't have any fans. We just played. So, but for the amount of fans that have came to our games this season, it's been fantastic. Appreciate the fans. We love that y'all always come to the games with the drums and the horns and just scream the whole time, chanting, singing songs. We appreciate that a lot. I'm not used to that. I think I love that more than how it is back home. So I really do like that.
And what would you say your favorite moment has been with the Monarchs Nation? Whether it be at a game or a fan or whatever.
I'd probably say, obviously, the first home game. That was amazing. What,
14,000.
14,000 people. Yeah. So that was a great game. Not that even though we played great, I had 5 touchdowns or nothing, but the fans, the 14,000 fans, and I only imagine, when we make the
championship,
the German Bowl, like, there's gonna be even more fans than that. But the other one I'm gonna probably say is just being able to sign the cards and sign the T-shirts and whatever. I've even signed a couple forearms.
Bro, last game, someone asked me, "Can I get your phone number?" I said, "Bro, you're like 8. What you want my phone number for?"
Follow me on Instagram. But yeah, those are probably my 2 favorite moments of being on the Monarchs. Just being able to, how do you say, interact with the fans.
The same for you?
Yeah, it's been great. I got one of the kids. He asked me to sign his shoe, and it's great. It's amazing. It's amazing. But the best moment I had here was the day we signed the cards. This last day, I was there for almost 2 hours, just taking pictures with the kids and everything. Everyone going crazy. It's a great environment.
It's crazy to think sometimes, like, they come up to us and show so much appreciation and so excited to see us. Even when they're like waiting around us, you can kind of see them in your peripheral vision.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, it's so. And I'm like, I'm just a regular guy.
Yeah.
I carry the ball, I run, that's it. But no, I would say, like, even one thing I love, and half of the reason why I came here was when they messaged me, I had no idea what Dresden was.
Yeah.
And then I went on their Instagram, and then I saw that stadium that we play in, our home stadium, and I was like, damn. This is the best stadium that I've ever played in. You already got me halfway there. So whenever we do play at home, I'm just so happy to be there, especially when the weather's good.
Yeah.
And then when you look into the crowd, maybe during the game, you're like, damn, everyone's smiling, everyone's cheering, we're up, having a good time. It's just, it's a feeling that you can't really describe, type of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely a feeling you can't describe. Something you want to keep replicating every weekend, especially when you have home games. I think it's also cool, like, even if you have a bad game or you feel like you had a bad game, they still want to come up and take pictures, hug you, say, good job and thank you for being here, and just want you to sign anything they possibly have, like, the shoe or the forearm or I think a woman kissed me on the cheeks last week. I was like,
Laurel coming to get your ass.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, so it was cool.
Another thing I wanted to talk to you about, Tyler, is the team, Dresden Monarchs. It's not just what we see every weekend on the field. There's a lot going on behind. It's a big community. And one of my favorite things to do is go to the schools and the training camps with the kids. And I know you do that too, and you like doing it a lot. Tell us about your experience doing these kind of activities.
Yeah, so my mindset on doing the school camps was I just do every single one I possibly can. And Nicholas and the coaches, like, they'll ask me, like, are you sure? Like, you don't have to keep doing it anymore. You've already done the required amount that you need to do. But yeah, how are you going to grow the game that you play if you're not there to show the kids how to play it and show them the fun and the excitement that it brings you, and hopefully inspires them to, love and enjoy it just as much as you do. So I think that's a good thing to do. Just kindness of my heart on top of what I'm required to do. I think that you just want to. It's just something you should do. It shouldn't be anything that somebody has to ask you or force you to do. If you love the game as much as you say you do, then you try to, what is it? Pass it along, pass it. It's a word. There's a phrase for it, but I can't think of it right now. But yeah, you basically just give the kids a better opportunity than you did. Show them what you learned at their age, so therefore they don't have to go through what you went through. So yeah. It's really fun. I enjoy it. We play ultimate football and stuff like that, and the kids love it. So
it's so funny to see how, not just how competitive some of the kids are, and it kind of reminds you of yourself when you were a child. How even though it's a little game, you still don't want to lose.
yeah,
And then some of the kids, it's almost like we're surprised how good they are.
mm-hmm.
Even when we're like throwing the ball, teaching them how to throw the ball, or teaching them how to catch the ball, or maybe just the way they're thinking about the game. Maybe it's because they've played other sports and they can analyze what's in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then even when we did the summer camps just a few weeks ago, Tyler and I we had our own team. We all had our own teams, and then we went into the room and we're just drawing up players. And we said to kids, "Go draw up a play," and then they draw something, not knowing what they've drawn. And we look at each other like, "This might work, eh? This might work.
It might work." And some of them did.
Some of them, it was great to see like the kids even just being on the field, working with each other, having fun, and just being excited. Not just to be playing the sport, just to be around us, being around what we get up to on a daily basis. Like, I guess it was a great time.
Yeah, the camp was so much fun. It was better than I anticipated. I mean, some of the kids have already been playing flag football. Some of them play other sports, so they're athletic enough to, they play with a ball of some sort, so they have the coordination for it. And even the kids that didn't necessarily play a sport or play something routinely with a ball, they still were good. Some of them were really good, like you said, like they were surprising. And the kids enjoyed it. The parents, they came up to us after giving us feedback, saying like we love that y'all, put so much effort into it, and y'all made them seem like, or y'all made them have so much fun that they wanted to keep going. They, even though like when the camp was over, at the end of the week, they still were like, "Can we, do it again? Can we do it next week or something like that?" Like they were just asking if we can just keep going on. And, I would have kept going. We could have kept going. It was fun. So I'm glad that the Monarchs are so invested in the community, and they do a lot of outreach with the kids and with the fans, and it's a fun time. I'd do it every week if I could.
What is something you would tell a kid that is starting to play American football? What's your biggest advice for the younger players?
Biggest advice: be a sponge. Learn everything. You don't know everything, no matter how good you are, no matter how long you've been playing the game. You can always learn something, whether it's from a coach or an older teammate, a teammate the same age as you, or a teammate that just joined the team. You can learn from anybody. Don't ever be complacent with thinking that even if you are the greatest at the time, so to speak, you just always want to keep learning. Like you're the new guy on the team every year, every season, every week.
So before we go, we did ask some questions online on the Instagram. Some fans had some questions for you. I mean, the first one was, when you first arrived in Dresden, what was your impression of Dresden as a city and of the team?
Initial thought, it was cold.
For damn sure.
It was very cold,
gosh.
and it just got warm in Texas, so I didn't really like that part. But other than that, that was a nice city. It had the mountains and the range in the background. I thought it was pretty cool. And then the team, I just met them. Everybody seemed pretty nice, and now everybody's really funny and nice. So.
And the second question was, will Tyler Hudson be with the Dresden Monarchs next year?
Oh, you just had to ask that one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens this offseason.
All right, Tyler, thank you very much for being on the show. I hope you had a good time sharing your experience with us. I hope we see you again soon, maybe in other episodes. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a good time too. Subscribe, like, comment, share the video if you like it, and we'll see you again soon.